it's Paige. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a book shopping video. I'm going to attempt to find some books at Ollie's Bargain Outlet, and then after that I will be going to Barnes & Noble. So I actually have a Valentine's Day coupon for Ollie's, which is kind of fun, and I have some gift cards for Barnes & Noble, so this will be kind of like a thrifty book shopping haul video. So we'll see what we can find today at Ollie's, and you know I'm going to find something at Barnes & Noble. That's just a given. So let's just get started. Let us see what we can find today. Ooh, this one I've heard about actually. So I think this is on my TBR. It's definitely like a lot of middle grade here today, which is great. Heads up if you come here, get some middle grade stuff, or even some elementary stuff here. Little pony, my little pony.
Death doesn't bargain. Sounds pretty crazy. The Valley of Amazement.
I wonder if this is like a new thing, or find a lot here this time, which is fine. It's a kind of a hit or miss thing, but I did find this book, so I will wrap this up later with the other books, but I think we're gonna just go to Barnes & Noble and I'm gonna get the books that I have just recently made on my TBR. So okay, so we're at Barnes & Noble and about to go in, and I mean, I would say try our luck, but there's no way that Barnes & Noble like won't have what I want, so.
Barnes & Noble.
You don't have any chocolate in that bag down there.
Walking into Barnes & Noble. That felt like a hyper speed. Let's run into Barnes & Noble. Oh look, it's your boyfriend.
They made him a name tag.
I hate it. I don't know, you could stand like him. Or like kind of like very queenly, you know? Yes, there you go. Wow.
Yeah.
It's something to do with him.
This is a whiskey gift set. What do you get in the whiskey gift set?
I don't know, but I'd love it.
I don't know, but I'd love it.
I like whiskey.
Then get it. How much is it?
Yeah, but like, is there a spot where like this actually is? Like, or is this the only whiskey gift set?
I mean, I don't know if Barnes & Noble is known for whiskey gift sets. So.
That's pretty neat.
That's Kilchurn Castle. Is it half price? I didn't even take it off the shelf.
It's the signature. It's the signature. Paging through, tossing books off of shelves. She's so popular, the books jump off the shelves.
I can't wait to see me.
The Russian Cage. Whoa, that looks crazy.
That does look crazy.
What is going on with that book? City
It's $3 off.
Wow.
Wow.
That book is crazy looking. Here's the classic young adult section.
Look, Book Talk.
That's pretty cool.
These are definitely like, I mean,
you should write a book.
I've seen some of these on TikTok, but definitely they're leaving.
Or
out.
Book Took. Which one is that?
If you saw my wrap up, I said that I confused Den of Vipers with this book, and this is a book that I'm sure won't be.
That book looks crazy. What is going on there?
I don't know.
I like it.
I like it. This is on my TBR too, but they don't have the first book. I think this...
What's the first book? Oh,
Well, I think this was originally written in French and translated, and it's really good. It has good reviews, like a fantasy book.
Wow.
But they don't have the first one, so far all of these are black.
Well,
I really appreciate people who can color code their libraries, because all of the books I get are black, so I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with them. Different shades of black.
sorry. Oh.
So 10 books in there. Hello again and welcome back to my library. This is going to be the wrap-up portion of this video, and there are definitely some books that I did not show in the video itself that I did purchase. So I'm going to show you those books now, and we're just going to do this real quick. Obviously I haven't read these books, but I have been very excited about reading these books, at least for the past like month or so. So I'm very hyped right now, very excited, and let's just jump into it. Okay, so this first book I found at Ollies. This was the only book I was able to find at Ollies that I was really interested in purchasing. So this is We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. So this is a contemporary LGBT young adult book, and it's about this girl named Marin who one day up and leaves her home in order to go to a college in another state. It's a very sudden move. She leaves everything behind to go to this college, and things are left unsaid with her best friend Mabel. And months after Marin, moves away, Mabel decides that she's going to go visit her, and things will be discussed. I was interested in this when it came out, so I figured when I saw it at Ollie's for $3 that, might as well add this to my collection. And so here it is, and it is quite pliable, quite nice to feel. It's textured. I don't know, I actually just really like the cover too, so. Okay, so this next book, this was literally the first book that I pointed out when we got to Barnes & Noble, because I had every intention of getting this book specifically, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab. So this is all over TikTok, literally all over TikTok, and I have been personally suggested this book so many times. So this follows a girl named Addie. She is born in France, I believe in like the 1700s, and she makes a deal with this demon, I think, where she gets eternal life, but she's forgotten by everyone that she meets. But 300 years after she makes this bargain, Addie walks into a bookstore and finally meets someone who seemingly can remember her name. So, who's that? What's going on? I don't know, but I love the synopsis. I love the cover, like the simplicity of the cover. So many people are freaked out about this that I am pretty confident that I'll enjoy it, and I'm very excited to dig into this. But, moving on, I also picked up another TikTok suggestion. I don't know, I just am obsessed with book talk now, I guess, but that is Furyborn by Legrand. This is the first book in the Imperium trilogy. I have obviously seen this around for a few years since it is now a completed trilogy, but I had no really interest in reading it until I saw so many good reviews of it on TikTok. So this is a young adult fantasy series, and from what I can tell, it sort of follows two perspectives, this is just a guess, of two young women centuries apart who are like prophesized queens of this empire, and one of those queens is like the Sun Queen or the Queen of Light, and the other one is the Blood Queen. Very grand, very like fantasy sounding, I don't know. I'm sure it's great. I've heard wonderful things about this series, and now that it's completed, I believe, I don't have to worry about waiting for the last book in the series to come out, which is honestly I'm so tired of doing. I hate having to wait. I do not have any patience whatsoever. This is completed. I can rely on this to just be there for me, and I am happy about that. Next up, I have had my eye on this book for, I don't know when this came out, but I swear I've had my eye on this for at least like 1 or 2 years. So this is Gideon the Ninth by Tamsyn Muir. This is described as lesbian necromancers in space. That's not really my wording, that's literally like a review of the book, and also just what people refer to this as. So this is like an adult science fiction fantasy. Do I fully understand what this book is about? No, but literally the second that this book came out and I saw it on the shelves, I was taken in by the cover. I just never got it. And then I saw a bunch of reviews of this on BookTube, so not Book Talk, this one's not a Book Talk one, and I I just eventually gave in, and I figured it's in paperback form now so I can save a little bit of money. So all I think that I know is that Gideon, I think our protagonist, is like a swordswoman or a warrior or something, and she was hired or something by one of the 9 necromancers in this world that the Emperor is hiring or employing or whatever. So yeah, they kind of like need each other. I think the necromancer is Harrow and the swordswoman is Gideon. I do generally like sci-fi, so this will kind of be another book in my sci-fi trove. Now, next up, I actually got 2 N.K. Jemison books in this haul. This first one I've been wanting forever, and this is her older series. So this is the 5th season. This is a fantasy series. It was in just the general fantasy, so I don't believe it's categorized as young adult. I don't know a ton about this series. The only thing that I know is that people so frequently refer to this series when they're talking about their favorite fantasy series, and I know that N.K. Jemison has a lot of respect in the fantasy community, and I really trust that. So I feel like this is going to be really, really good, maybe as good as like The Name of the Wind, and obviously that was like my favorite book in, I think, 2019. So I have pretty high hopes for this series. I was debating whether or not to get all 3, but I decided to save a little bit of money and just get the first one. The synopsis on the back of this is very vague. But from what I can tell you, you know, this is about the world ending for the last time. Like I said, I have pretty high amounts of faith in this book, and I hope that it doesn't let me down. I also, while I was at it, I've been seeing a lot of hype about her new book, The City We Became. I figured that I would enjoy this, and I know that it's being hyped pretty hard right now. So from another vague synopsis, I can tell that this is an adult contemporary fantasy, I believe, and it's set in New York. It follows, I think, this collection of magic users, maybe, and these magic users are called avatars, and they're kind of like the children of New York, and they are brought together in order to defend the city from these evil dark forces. That's all I know. I do know also that the cover really, really just makes me happy. I love all these bright bursts of colors, and the back is like very colorful too. I do really like the synopsis, so we'll see. All right, moving on. I decided to get These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I was very interested in reading These Violent Delights because I had heard that this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. And I have never read a Romeo and Juliet retelling necessarily, so I felt like I was pretty interested in it. So this is set in the 1920s in Shanghai, and it follows 2 people, I'm assuming basically like Juliet and Romeo, who are from like rival gangs, which is fun and weird a little bit. Juliet's like a flapper girl who was in love with Romeo until he betrayed her. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it doesn't just end there. I'm assuming there is a love story to be seen in this book. It's going to be much different. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of tension between these 2 characters because of this so-called betrayal. This is another book that is exploding on TikTok, and I'm excited to see if it's worth the hype. We'll see. Okay, so the last book that I got for myself was The Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. So this is the 3rd and final book in the Devabad series, and just this month I read the first 2 books, and I'm actually halfway through this book, but I only have it in digital format, and I don't want it that way because I love this series. And so I just got a physical copy for myself. This is a hardback because I believe it's sort of a new-ish release. This is an adult fantasy series set in the Middle East. So the main focus of this fantasy series is on jinn, which is very fun for me because I do love Middle Eastern mythology a lot, and this book series gave me everything I wanted. For a little synopsis on the first book, this is about a girl named Nari who lives in Egypt, but she has these sort of odd abilities. She has like healing abilities, and she can speak any language, and one day she accidentally summons a djinn, and after that things really spiral out of control. Yeah, I'm not gonna do like a review here. You can see that in my future wrap-up for the month of February, but just know that I do really, really adore this series, and I'll be very sad to see it done, but that's gonna happen soon because I am over halfway, but at least I'll have physical copies of the whole series now. Troy also got 3 books. They're all graphic novels to her manga, so I know about Critical Role, but I don't know enough to like really do this, so Here's Troy from behind the camera.
Hello, it's me from behind the camera. This is Vox Machina Origins, Volume 2. So I have Volume 1, I'm not super done with it yet, I'm like towards the end. I mean, Critical Role, Dungeons & Dragons, graphic novel, I mean all of that added together is just too good. It's just too good. Hoping by the summer to get Critical Role's Mighty Nine Origins books, especially because they separate them based on the characters. So I think Jester and Caleb Widogast are like the first ones that are coming out.
Cool.
Yes. So, Demon. So like,
it literally will not focus on his ab.
yeah. So I got this book mostly because we just finished the first season of Demon Slayer together, and I know the movie isn't English subtitled like officially yet. So, being that we're like waiting for that, and I'm super impatient, I figured I'd just get into the next arc in manga form. I got My Hero Academia Vigilantes. It's super cool. Like sort of side story, you know, I'm not even honestly sure like how this like falls into the canon or like where it falls in the canon, but I've loved Vigilantes so far. I really like My Hero Academia Vigilantes.
Alright, so those are all the books that we got. I think that's 10 total between the two of us. And I hope you liked this video. I'm going to sign off now. If you did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to press the bell to get notifications when I post. We are planning on doing an upcoming video where we go to Barnes & Noble again, but he gets me a few books just by himself that he thinks that I will like, so that should be pretty fun. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you back here very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye.